Hey there, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Habit Blueprint Chronicles. I'm your host, Ethan Brooks, and today, you and I are going to take a long walk. Maybe metaphorically, maybe literally if you've got your headphones on and you're heading out into the world. And we're going to explore one of the most powerful books written in the realm of personal transformation, focus, and long-term change. I'm talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, before we jump into the meat of the episode, let me give you a little background on who I am and why I'm here doing what I'm doing. I've spent the last decade studying habit building, behavioral psychology, and the small decisions we make every day that shape our futures. I'm not a psychologist, not a life coach with a flashy Instagram. I'm just a guy who was once stuck in a rut, surrounded by broken routines, feeling like I was running on a treadmill that never moved forward. And I've read a lot of books about self-development, but Atomic Habits, this one hit differently. In this podcast, we break down the key ideas in a storytelling format, so you're not just getting information, you're going to experience it. You'll hear real-life applications, stories from my own journey, and others who've walked this path. You'll understand the why behind every habit and learn exactly how to apply it in your life. So, whether you're in your car, folding laundry, on a jog, or lying in bed unable to sleep, settle in. We've got a good hour together, and we're going to make it count. Chapter 1: The Power of Tiny Changes. Let me take you back to 2015. I was working a corporate job I didn't particularly enjoy. My daily routine was something like this: snooze the alarm at least 3 times, skip breakfast, rush to work, drown in emails, get through meetings without really being present, come home exhausted, and collapse on the couch with Netflix and a pint of ice cream. Sound familiar? Now, if someone had told me to change my life, I would have immediately thought about big moves: quit the job, move cities, start a business, hit the gym 7 days a week. But I never did any of those things. It was all too much. That's exactly what James Clear tackles in the opening of Atomic Habits. The core message: you don't need to make massive changes to get massive results. Instead, focus on tiny improvements, consistently applied. He uses a brilliant example. Imagine improving yourself by just 1% each day. That doesn't sound like much, right? But if you do that, you'll be 37 times better in a year. That's 3,700% improvement. Let that sink in for a moment. I'll give you a concrete example. There was this guy I met at a workshop in Denver. His name's Marcus. He wanted to lose 60 pounds. He tried all the diets: keto, intermittent fasting, even a cabbage soup diet, which, let's not even go there. Nothing stuck. He was aiming too high, changing everything at once. Then he decided to take the atomic approach, just one tiny change. He swapped soda for water during lunch. That was it. 1 soda per day saved. In 3 months, that small change removed 10,800 calories. That's equivalent to roughly 3 pounds of fat just from one change. But that wasn't all. That one change gave him momentum. Soon, he added a daily 10-minute walk. Then he prepped lunch instead of grabbing takeout. 18 months later, he'd lost 58 pounds, almost his goal, and it never felt overwhelming. Chapter 2: Identity-Based Habits. Let's talk identity. This hit me like a freight train. Clear says that true behavior change is identity change. Let that marinate. It's not about saying, I want to run a marathon. It's about becoming a runner. It's not, I want to write a book. It's, I am a writer. Small distinction, massive impact. Here's a story from my own life. For years I wanted to become someone who read regularly. But I always framed it like a task. I need to read 30 books this year. I'd fall off by March. But then I shifted the frame. Instead of chasing a number, I started saying to myself, I'm a reader. What does a reader do? They read daily, even if it's just 5 pages. They carry a book in their bag. They talk about books. Within a year, I didn't just read 30 books. I read 47. And I didn't even track them. The identity pulled the habit along like gravity. James Clear explains that every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. 1 push-up is a vote for being fit. 1 page read is a vote for being a reader. 1 minute of meditation is a vote for being mindful. And these votes, they compound. Slowly, they start to rewrite your internal narrative. And before you know it, The habit isn't something you do, it's something you are. Chapter 3. The 4 Laws of Behavior Change. Here's the golden framework. If there's one model to tattoo onto your brain, this is it. Clear breaks habits down into 4 simple steps. Cue, craving, response, and reward. And to build better habits, you follow 4 laws. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. Let me walk you through each story style. Make it obvious. Ever wonder why grocery stores put candy right at eye level? That's the cue. If you want to build better habits, engineer your environment. When I wanted to practice guitar more, I stopped keeping it in the closet. I placed it on a stand right next to the couch. Boom. Visual cue. My playing time doubled. Make it attractive. Bundle a habit with something you enjoy. I had a friend who wanted to stretch more but hated doing it. So he made a rule. He could only watch his favorite Netflix show while stretching. That simple combination turned a chore into a reward. Make it easy. Remove friction. Don't try to build a perfect habit. Build a repeatable one. My writing habit didn't start with novels. It started with 100 words a day. Anyone can do 100 words. Most days I went past that, but the bar was so low I never skipped. Make it satisfying. We're wired for rewards. Make sure there's an instant win. I used to track workouts with a calendar where I'd mark big red X's. Seeing the streak grow felt amazing, so I kept going. Even a gold sticker can trigger a dopamine hit. Chapter 4. Breaking Bad Habits. We all have them. The 2 a.m. TikTok spiral. The snack drawer raid. The phone-checking compulsion. James Clear doesn't just focus on building good habits. He helps you break bad ones too. Here's the inverse of the 4 laws. Make it invisible. Make it unattractive. Make it difficult. Make it unsatisfying. For me, phone addiction was real. I was checking Instagram 40+ times a day. I made it invisible by deleting the app. Unattractive by unfollowing content that hooked me. Difficult by logging out after each session. Unsatisfying by tracking screen time and feeling the sting of wasted hours. My usage dropped by 70% in 2 weeks. Conclusion: where to go from here? So what now? Start small. Don't overhaul your life. Change one thing. Track one habit. Stack one behavior on top of another. And above all, remember, you are always becoming something. Every choice is a vote. What are you voting for today? Thanks for spending this hour with me. If this podcast helped you or made you think, share it with someone who might need to hear it. I'm Ethan Brooks, and this was the Habit Blueprint Chronicles. Until next time, keep becoming.